Well, hello, 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 and happy Tuesday. What a gift to see all of your beautiful names and faces here. Again, it's been way too long. Way too long. I'm so excited to be here to celebrate release with you. Thank you so much for all of your support and just even showing up tonight. Like, that is the biggest gift for me ever. Hello. Take time for scones out of the oven. Yes, right. Let's go. Time to take them out right now. I should have baked scones today, but I ran out of time. You know how it goes. So we are here to talk about so many things. I mean, first of all, we just have to get caught up. But we are here to talk about the release of Sticks and Scones, which is the 19th book in the Bakeshop Mysteries. I don't actually believe that. I honestly don't. I'm like, have I written 19 books? Did that just happen? I'm unclear. I guess I did. And I also had it in my head that since today is the 20th, that it was the release of the 20th book because I've already written the 20th book. But I was mistaken. This is the 19th book. I got ahead of myself. I got excited momentarily when I did a live stream with Beach Bum Bookworm a couple weeks ago. Thanks so much for that live. I was like, oh, it's the 20th book. On the 20th, I have to do something big and giant. And I realized, no, actually, this is book 19. But I will thank you, Stephanie. Love you too. Love all of your faces. I will say that I'm working on book 21. The bake shop's turning legal. They're all going to have champagne at some point, maybe. I'm working on book 21. So it is hard because I'm like, that's right. Okay, book 19, book 19. This one is all about our guy Lance. All about our guy Lance. Lance is doing a spinoff, the Fair Verona Players. And this kind of happened in real life in Ashland. And it's always bizarre to me how the real world can parallel the fictional world and like which comes first. This is another instance in which I thought, Lance has been artistic director at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival for a decade, for 12 years plus now, right? This is pre like even Bake Shop. He was already there when Jules moved back to town. And so he's probably ready for some other creative energy. He's a creative kind of guy. He's got to stretch his wings a little bit. So I thought, well, what if he is starting this like spin-off theater troupe that would do these pop-up summer Shakespeare at Uva, the winery in the Bake Shop Mysteries. And then that actually happened in Ashland. There's a whole subset of actors from OSF that started their own thing, and they've been doing summer productions at wineries around Ashland. So, how does that happen? I don't know. I will it to be. Tech guy, do you want to pop on real quick and talk about giveaways? Because we are going to do some giveaways tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. And as many of you probably saw,
Wait, where's your pop-up window? There you are.
here
Okay.
we
Okay.
go.
We got
Here
to
we
see
go.
you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm relearning how to press all these buttons after
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
So Facebook Meta has been doing an awful job of getting rid of the scammers, getting rid
So
of
bad.
the thieves, getting rid of the criminals. Like, so we just can't do giveaways on Facebook anymore. It's impossible because we tried the last one we had a few people fall for some scammers who unfortunately spam the comments with a fake account that looked like Ellie, and we don't want to run the risk of anybody losing their
No,
identity, their
you
financial
refuse to
information,
be like
none of
any
that.
part of that. Nope.
Yeah, yeah. So, and Meta won't even take the accounts down when we complain about them. They're like, well, according to our service, our terms of service, we've got to leave them up. I'm like, why? They're stealing your real customers' like data. But so anyway, you can talk about how we're going to do giveaways moving forward, because we're not going to stop doing them. We're going to do them in a more controlled way that's safer for you, and no one's getting their credit card information stolen. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. And
Perfect.
well, actually, one
But
thing
oh yeah, go
we
ahead.
we will never ever ask for payment when we're doing a
Ever.
giveaway,
A
ever.
giveaway is free. We pay for the shipping. Like
Right,
if we ship to Canada or somewhere
right,
internationally, we pay for that too. That's not on you. Yeah.
right,
If
right,
we're giving something away, we are giving it away. Yeah.
right. Yeah. So don't ever, and that's probably true of most. I can't speak for other authors or celebrities on Facebook and everything, but I just please be careful out there because
Oh,
there's
this
a
is
lot of
happening
bad
across the
actors.
board to a lot of my author friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not unique. So,
Yeah.
but for tonight, the plan is if we give some away that you will message me directly. So if you happen to be watching this live stream, tomorrow or something, don't the giveaway is done. We're not posting it anywhere else. It's just for the live stream and then we're done. And then because I always get books from the publishing houses and audio copies, like I don't want them sitting in my office. We want to share them. So the ways that we will be sharing giveaways moving forward are through my newsletter and also through my Patreon. And you can join my Patreon for free. And I'll be once every couple months, I'll be doing a giveaway there to everyone, paid and free members, because that is also locked down. And same for our newsletter. We will never share your information. And like the tech I said, we'll never ask for credit card information. Yeah, Valerie, I know several authors have lost their accounts to scammers. Yeah, they've gotten completely shut down. So we just refuse. And I don't want to be any part, like it just makes me even teary thinking about it. I don't want to be any tiny part of somebody else accidentally getting your identity stolen. Like I can't, I'm just, that's a hard pass for me. So, but we want to keep giving things away. So those are the ways that's going to happen. And Tech Guy, what are they going to do tonight because I've got hot out of the oven copies of Sticks and Scones ready to go. What do they need to do tonight? What are you going to do?
Uh,
Just choose random,
just yeah, we're just keep commenting, and
like
that's
the
all
old
you need to
days?
do. Just like the old
Okay.
days.
Yeah.
I've got my little app running here, and I will pick some comments, and we'll give some signed copies away.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. Let's see. So we have so much to discuss tonight because it's been such a long time. For starters, I thought it would be fun to give you a little discussion or a little backstory into how the title came to be. So I had a completely, oh,
Oh
yeah.
wait,
I
yeah.
like
I
the
just
check I
want
pop
I
up. Hey, you're back.
no, I just want to recognize this because thank you for letting us know, Anne, because that was she. I don't know if you got
I
to
missed
read
it.
that.
Sorry.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you for reviewing.
No damage done. I like to hear that because I know a few people did provide payment information, and that just I was she
That's a
can attest. I was really really mad that day. It was yeah.
furious.
I was furious. Yeah,
Fuming.
yeah.
Fuming. Not at you, not at any like
No,
at the
no.
at the system and the scammers. Yeah. Yes. Um anyway, so I had a totally different title set in mind. And that always happens. Not always, but like I would say 90% of the time, I have a working title. And then once the book is finished or partially through edits, I start thinking, like, oh, what do I really want the title to be? Well, for this one, I had turned in the book and everything, and we weren't in love with the title. I wasn't in love with it. My editor wasn't in love with it. And so I asked readers on Patreon, and Andrew came up with this title, Sticks and Scones, which is one of my new favorite titles of all time. But true story, at this point in time, the book is finished. It has been through copy edits. It was already in page proofs, like it was close to done, which means the recipes were also done. So what happens is I will write the entire book. I know I've talked about this before, but just as a refresher in case you're new, I'll write the entire book and then I go through multiple rounds of edits myself before I send it to the editorial team. So it had been through that entire process. And what I do after I send the first, not the first draft, but like the final draft that then is still going to go through edits, is I start to work on the recipes. And so by the time copy edits and page proofs roll around, the recipes are all ready to go. It is a good job, right? Andrew crushed it with this one. Also, if you haven't seen, there's an even better title that someone else in this group came up with that I will share at the end for book 20. That really is book 20. Anyway, so obviously, Kylie, I know, isn't it the best? Hi, Kylie, too. Kisses to you. Um, Hi from Florida, Kim. Oh, hi, Kim from Florida. That's my aunt. Hey, long time no see. Um,
I was
so
just gonna put that up there.
yeah, hello. Say hi to everybody. What a joy to see you pop up. So I Oh, I know. So with the recipes, they also obviously have to go through copy edits and line edits to make sure, there's not like I didn't say a tablespoon when I meant a teaspoon or something like that. So recipes are done. I have gone through the entire book and come up with recipes. And then we changed the title, and there was not a scone to be had in this book. Not a single scone on any page, nowhere in the book. And I frantically emailed my editor and I was like, look, I love the title too. She was like, yes, this has to be the title. But I'm like, there are no scones in this book. So not only then did I need to frantically bake, and the tech guy can attest to the fact that we had a lot of scones real quick for about a week there. Um, Not only did I need to come up with a yeah, right?
So many scones.
So many scones. But that's not really a problem, is it?
Well, I had to run some extra miles for a while there.
Yeah, exactly. Not a scone to be found in the entire book. So not only the recipe, but then also I needed to go back and have Jules at some point bake a scone, or somebody, Marty, Steph, somebody needs to bake a scone. There needs to be a scone in this book. Um, so that was fun because that's never happened actually in 19 books. We've never had to go back and change things around. Yeah, Kat, it was a national scone emergency. I need a scone stat. But I am happy to report there is a scone recipe in this book, and Jules does at one point in time bake a scone. So it all worked out. Stephanie, I know I was trying to remember because I changed it multiple times. One of the working titles was like A Batch of Trouble, which just wasn't solid enough. But I think there was another title in there, but I kept changing it in the document. I should have saved it. There you are, Andrew, also known as Adrian, his pen name. You don't need to apologize for scone trauma. It was totally with it. Totally with it. Totally worth it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. But what I thought I would do to kick off our love of scones tonight is share a little scone trivia that I found after the fact. Does anyone know where scones originated? Any guesses? I mean, I feel like this is sort of a softball question that you could probably, piece this together if you're clever. Lynn, you wish you could have been a taste tester. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so terrible. I will say that. I did not attempt any savory scones in this bake. Um Sarah, that's so funny. Is it a sweet or savory scone in the book? It is a sweet scone. And now I also shared another test in my newsletter last month, or at the start of this month, which was an orange cardamom scone, but that one did not make it into the book. What did I choose? It's so funny. Strawberry scones, because there's a lot of strawberries. Yes, look at you all. England, yes. So scones are believed to have originated in Scotland, where it was originally a round flatbread made from oats and baked on a griddle. It then became associated with royalty, which I feel like because this is Lance's book, he would appreciate, when Anna, the Duchess of Bedford, introduced the idea of an afternoon tea in the late 1840s, and serving scones quickly became part of the ritual. Scotland, thanks for the scones. What goes well with candied ginger in a scone, Elizabeth? I mean, anything? I mean, for me, candied ginger is right up there with cardamom. But I would say maybe like, ooh, you could do something orangey. You could do a currant. So many potential things. Strawberry scones. Ah, oh my gosh, we're already in it. I've forgotten this. This part is always it's a jump scare. Okay, Laura Lee.
Yeah, Laura Lee Schoenberger. Laura Lee is on Facebook too.
Okay,
Just in case there's probably not another Laura Lee Schoenberger on
probably
the
not, but
on the
maybe.
live, but maybe you never know. So
Could be.
yeah, all right.
Okay.
So
And
quick.
yeah,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, um, for those of you on Facebook, go ahead. You can private message Ellie with your mailing address. Again, I say this every time, but just again, going back to the whole keeping you safe thing, do not put your private address in your mailing address in the public comments. Go ahead and private message her, or you can go to elliealexander.co, click the contact link at the top of the page, and there'll be a form. You can just fill that out and send it. It shoots an email to us, and we will get your signed copy out soon.
Yay. Congratulations, Laura Lee. Stephanie, you have the perfect segue for me into another quick Scone fact that I thought I should share. This one is great as a mystery writer. There is, I don't know if you know this, but there is a clotted cream controversy as we speak right now. Okay, so in the UK, particularly in Devon and Cornwall, we need my friend Hannah Dennison here. I was just emailing with Hannah. Hannah, where are you? There's a heated debate about how to properly top your scone. See, if I had had more time and I hadn't changed this title, this would have wound its way into a book. And I feel like perhaps it's still going to have to like make a reappearance. So that's a little Easter egg for the future. Okay, so in Devon, the tradition is to spread the cream first, then the jam. In Cornwall, it is jam first, then the cream. And each side insists, absolutely insists, that their way is the correct way. Right? I mean, come on. That could be a title too. Like a clotted cream controversy. That's a mouthful, but still. Sarah, you've never had a scone? Oh, this is your sign that you need to try one. Yeah. Lily, you've never had a scone either? Yeah, you definitely need to try one. A scone, I mean, I do think scones sometimes get a bad rap because if they sit out for a long time, they can be dry. But like a scone that is well prepared is soft and buttery. And oh my gosh, Kat Devon is right. Okay, you know. So funny. I had no idea. I did not know that this existed in the world, but um, it makes me happy. And I feel like this is the kind of debate that Jules and someone in the bake shop would have. Maybe it's Lance, but it might be somebody else. I'm not sure. I'll take it either way, right, Sarah? um, okay, I have two other just fun little things. There is a debate. There's a long-standing debate as well. Who knew that scones, just took up this much of the ether? There's a long-standing debate about how to pronounce scone. So, and maybe you all know this, we are very aware that I butcher names, pronunciations, all of the things, which is so ironic because my degree is in speech therapy, but I digress. Okay, so it is divided between those who say scone, no, gone, scone. See, I can't even do it when it's written down. Scone, rhyming with gone. No, that's right. Yeah? No, okay. Um, and those who say scone, rhyming with cone. According to a survey, the majority of Brits, 60%, pronounce it to rhyme with gone. Okay, have I thoroughly confused you? I want to know. It's wild. Which is it, Trisha? I don't know. Anyone else have a strong feeling about this? I don't know. Scone. Oh, that's a better way. Scone. Okay, yeah. Um, all right, lastly, and this is perhaps my favorite, is that in 2019, a British bakery sent a scone into space attached to a weather balloon, making it the first scone to ever reach the stratosphere. The stunt was a
Wait, that would have been a scone that they sent into space, right?
ooh, but where's the sound effect for that? Come on.
Oh man, I don't know where the sound effects went. Let's see.
Oh,
I don't
I
have it.
know, I know.
Sorry.
We're out of the zone. We're out of the zone.
Yeah.
The stunt was a playful nod to its cultural significance in the UK. There you have it. I have a lot more scone facts that who knows what future book they might find their way into, but I delighted myself a little bit. Scones in space, right, Sherry? I delighted myself a little bit too much going down that rabbit hole. And then, of course, none of it made it into the book because it was way too late, but it's all good. Um, Kylie, your English grandmother says scone rhymes with gone. Okay, so scone. She would say scone. Okay, all right. Cherry, you too. Monty Python. Okay, all right. So maybe, but that fits because 60% of
Those are
you.
both British sources too, though. So,
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah, but in America, we sort of ruin everything like that. That's posh and fancy. So you know.
I I've worked in advertising for a long time. Like, yeah, we you make words sound like whatever you want them to sound like, whatever is convenient for whatever you're doing. So,
Well, I
yeah,
just do that anyway, right?
it could be Scoon for all I know. Yeah,
Scoon. Oh, Scoon. I'm gonna have to do more research. Kat, you lived in London for a year. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go again. They're coming through. You're getting a copy, Sarah.
yeah. Sarah Elizabeth. Sarah is on YouTube.
Okay,
So
yay.
yeah, just in case there's more. Yeah,
So,
Sarah.
Sarah,
So
you should visit my website and
go to the
message me.
website. Yeah, go to the
Mhm.
website and submit your mailing address there, and we'll get a signed copy out to you.
That's right. Joseph, a parody on pigs in space from the Muppet Show. Can we discuss the fact that that was my favorite, one of my favorite segments of the Muppet Show? Plus that and the Swedish Chef. My dad, we're going to date ourselves there. So, for anyone who was a Muppet fan back in the day, my dad would pretend to be the Swedish chef whenever my best friend would sleep over, and he would make us pancakes because her mom and dad are from Sweden and Denmark. So I loved sleeping over at her house because her mom would make crepes basically, but that's what they called pancakes. But my dad would make sourdough pancakes, but he would do it in the voice of the Swedish chef. And it was just his thing. I don't know why. But Pigs in Space is also fantastic. Um, oh, yeah, I started to say this. I lived in London a year, and those were all questions hotly debated in your host family, right? I mean, that's what we do here. We get to the important topics, okay? We need to know the
Totally.
truth about clotted cream. Jam
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
Oh, no.
Although we do have two very, very good points in the comments, and
Okay.
the first is Cherry, who says it's not called sticks and scones,
Touche. It wouldn't work, would it? Uh-huh.
but Kara has a good point. Wouldn't the Brits know since like they had them a
Were
long,
their thing?
long before we did? Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
fair enough. Also,
It
touche.
so
We
yeah.
co-opted scones. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I mean, like many other things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Ash, so sweet of your dad. Your dad made sourdough waffles, but without the accent. I mean, sourdough anything, especially in a breakfast food. Whoo, yeah, deliciousness. Lenny, you had a teacher in college who said, pronounce a word with authority and they'll assume you know something they don't. That's my strategy. I like that professor. What does Trisha have to say? We do have a professor in the house. um, anyway, so that's the fun of scones. I never want to talk in too much depth about a specific book because this is book 19. So, for those of you who might be earlier on in the series, no spoilers, but I will just say all of the usual suspects are back. We have the entire team at Tort. There's lots of baking. We're in Ashland. It is, sort of that gorgeous in between season. Shakespeare is picking up again. They're doing these beautiful and very modern gender bending versions of Taming of the Shrew at Uva the winery. And of course, dun dun dun, a murder ensues. And this one, as always, was really fun to write. I don't, it's hard to say that it's easy to write because anytime you're starting a new book, it's a daunting task and that doesn't change. But I will say maybe it's easier to tap into the flow and the voice. And because Lance is really center stage in this one, I don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about what he's going to say, what he's going to do, how he's going to try to rope Jules and everyone else into his antics. I shared yesterday, if you happen to see it, who I believe Lance would look like if the Bakeshop Mysteries were ever to come to the screen. I imagine Matthew Goode as Lance, and I always have, although Rupert Everett, somebody brought Rupert Everett up. And when I was first writing, I sort of thought of him too, but he's a little too old now. And it was so fun to read through comments and get your perspective. And they're so different. And then all of the suggestions, I'm like, Oh yeah, I can totally picture that too, or I can see that too. But because Lance is a mashup of real people who I know, I think that also makes his voice a bit easier because I've had similar interactions with these friends over the years, and it's fun to get to sink back into that world. It's fun to get to sink back into Ashland. One thing that kept oh yeah, go ahead. Oh
No,
look, you're talking.
I love it when you do those posts though,
Yeah.
because because I love how controversial it is. You created the character.
Uh-huh.
You've written 19. Well, you're working on your 21st book in the series, so you've written 21 books, and yet people will that the sword they will die on is no, Ellie, you're wrong. It's not
Yeah.
that guy. It's this guy.
I love
Just
that.
like
That's so great.
I bet it just shows you how subjective everything is and why we should all go a little extra, put a little extra effort into be kind to
Yeah,
everyone.
for sure. I love that. It's true.
Because if you're not, you got to come to the after party for our podcast on over on Patreon to hear about what I have to say about people who are not kind.
That's true.
Yeah. All right.
Then we get full force tech guy. Then
I'm
it's
getting
on.
down off my soapbox now.
Stop. No, I think it's so fun, and it always gives me a new insight into how somebody else might view his character. None of the suggestions are bad at all, but it's so interesting. In fact, I had a reader. I want to do this. I did this a while ago for the whole cast, but I think I'll try if you're interested over the next I don't know, month or two. I'll try to do this for each of the characters because Jules, especially when I like first introduced her, I always talk about her being this like ethereal fair-skinned blonde. But over the years I've had so many readers who are like, "No, she is absolutely like dark hair, like this is how I see her," which is totally fine. Like it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But it is fascinating to see like, ooh, how does somebody else imagine them? Um, let's see. What did I want to say? Stan, oh no, don't encourage him, Kat. Don't encourage him. Aaron, I remember oh, you're giving applause to that. No, no, shut that down.
Yeah.
Aaron, you remember hearing a story of a professor that argued about the theme of the book with the author. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I would like to be a fly on the wall for that discussion, right? April, you've never considered, hi, April. I'd never considered what actor Lance or any of them would look like. I don't usually compare book characters to actors. Totally. Yeah, that makes sense too. It's just more like, because I'm not visual, I've shared this before, I always have like cutouts and pictures. And actually, well, no, Lance was always Matthew, but Jules is an amalgam of other things. Yeah, I've always said that Lance had dark hair, but it's interesting, Cherry, how many people see him with blonde hair. Like Sean Hayes came up a lot, which I could totally see personality wise. Like that checks out. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think at the end of the day, appearance really matters because all of the suggestions that you had are in line and in tone with who he is. Oh yeah, like Stanley Tucci. Stanley would be brilliant for that. Matthew Bomer came up. I'm trying to think of other names. So I just think
Ooh,
it's great. Yeah.
Matthew Bomer would actually be good in my opinion,
Yeah.
but I just this comment I had to jump on
Oh
because
boy.
this would be
We're getting like a
fantastic.
combo of reality rights and the
I
live, and I'm
know
here for it.
totally
This is great.
because I think so. Valerie said she'd love to see drawings of the characters to know what they look like to you. So I think, and everybody drop it in the comments, give thumbs up, hearts, whatever on this. If you think Ellie should draw the characters how she sees them, because I will tell you right now, that is
Oh
not her
no.
forte.
No.
It will be amazing.
They will just be, it will all be stick figures. And then some of them will have like long hair and some of them
There
will
will
have,
be third graders trash talking you for
oh, for sure.
sure.
Remember the April Fool's cover that I did where I drew it?
Yes.
I have to reshare that. And everyone was so nice.
Oh.
I'm like, no, this is terrible. It's so bad.
Oh, yes. Yeah. See, they're already pouring in. Everybody agrees. You should
Oh,
draw them.
no. Joseph, I bet Lance had frosted tips back in the day. 1000% he did. Yes. Yes. Um, what was I gonna say about oh, I know, talking about writing and, how, be sure to I did use crayons, Sue, do you remember that one? I used crayons and I drew the picture of, like, Torts. I mean, no joke. A 3rd grader, a kindergartner would probably do better. Um, that is not my talent in any way, shape, or form. I appreciate art. I'm glad that I have artists in my life. The tech guy and Sky guy, aces, could both do that. Okay, I'll reshare it, Kat. I have
We
it
should
somewhere.
we should actually just share because we've made several. We should share all
Yeah,
of them just in a post. You could
we
do
always have fun with that. The
yeah.
one that you came up with where the bake shop goes to the dogs, you remember that one?
Oh yeah, yeah. The dogs. Tort was in space
Tort
for
went to
one.
space.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That
Uh-huh.
was.
Now you're all too smart. This is the problem.
I know. I know.
But there are always people who aren't, like, in our group that then it's always fun to be like, "Wow, Ellie, that's" like, people who are trying to be kind and nice about it and clearly like, "Huh, that's a choice."
It's also it like besides drawing, which I don't know, you probably took as long to draw that one as the ones that I created in Photoshop.
Right.
But it's a lot. It takes a long time to create a. It is an art to create a book cover. So those were super fun. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can come up with another one that fools people. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna
but
have
I
to start
think
working on that now.
based on the comments, I'm going to say that it's pretty unanimous that everybody wants to see you draw the characters.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay. Literally, it's not a joke that my level of art is stick figures. So, okay. um, anyway, so as I was talking about writing and the process and how, oh, Robin Williams, Ian. hmm Also a great choice. Also a great choice. I got you, Cherry, the one with the huge bug. Yeah, when the bake shop was getting buggy. Last year I did dinosaurs, I think. I know it's too much fun. It's so much fun thinking about all of the possible things that Tort could or could not do, or maybe should not do. In any event, talking about writing always makes me think about new writers and writers who are maybe starting out in their careers. And it was never that easy for me to begin with. I still don't want to use the word easy because I feel like that's a misconception. I'm still working really hard. I'm still constantly doubting myself when I'm writing. Like all of those things are true. But at this stage, when I'm 21 books into a series, I know these characters so well. They feel like family to me. They feel like friends. I don't, unless I'm introducing somebody new, maybe the suspects or things like that. I just don't have to spend a lot of time getting into their head, knowing their voice, imagining not only what they might look like, but how they're going to react to something, how they're growing and changing. So that part feels like such a gift as a writer, to get to have spent 12 years with these characters that I never imagined when I first wrote Meet Your Baker. And then on the flip side of that, because I have been teaching and coaching writers, and I know some of them are in this group, I have to share the growing stack, look at this, of our group here that are putting their own books out into the world. We've got some Paula and some Annie. We've got Jenny. Our Quartagonist is coming out with a book. Pam. Like, so fun to get to see other writers' books out there in the world. So, uh, love that. Um, you wanna know what Carlos looks like? Oh, yeah, I've got some images of Carlos that, the tech guy is not always such a fan of. You wanna pop in for that, sir? Uh-oh, we might have lost him.
No, no, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this before, and I just want to hear what the what all the readers think. But so early on in the Bakeshop series, I came into her office, and I kid you not, the wall was plastered with all these like
Half naked.
shirtless posters and pictures of this like incredibly gorgeous dude. And
Mhm.
I was like, what? Like, how much trouble would I be in if I was like, oh no, it's for a project I'm working on?
It was.
Like, no, it's just a
It's
project.
research. It's just
Like, it's
research. Yeah.
research. It's just research. No, that would not fly. Not in a million years.
Probably not. Probably not. But you're not writing a book. So,
Right. Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
sure. There's always an excuse. But see,
There is.
I can't say anything because then what'll happen is the next like night or maybe a couple nights later when things have blown over, she'll be like, "Here, taste this."
You're
And I'll
dead.
be like, "Why? What is
Negative.
going on there?" Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Did you have a slide for our podcast?
I do, but first I
Oh.
got to come back up. But first, I found all bark and
Oh,
no
yes.
biscotti.
All bark and no biscotti. You made that cover too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
actually designed that. I kind of want to write that book still. I sort of do. I
It
mean,
might be biscotti. I'm not sure, but I.
no, it probably is biscotti. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That checks out.
This was years ago. I mean, I can't. How long ago was this?
I feel like this was one of the first ones we did.
Yeah, it might
This
have been
was
the
your
first one.
idea. The very first year we did it, you were like, wouldn't it be funny if we came up with like a fake cover and shared it on April Fools because we both have loved. Well, what was the brand that you followed that would always do the products?
Oh,
The fake
well,
Sharper Image?
there used to be a company called Think Geek.
Think
It
Geek,
might
yes.
still exist. Somebody acquired them, but they started out on the internet designing fake products for April Fools, and they made things that were so wildly popular, like fake images of things, that they actually ended up making them as products. One of them, and this for the Star Wars fans out there like myself, they made a tauntaun sleeping bag so that when you were in it, you were like Luke from Empire Strikes Back. It was amazing, but yeah, I
And
miss
then they
those
were so
guys.
popular that people like begged them to actually make the
Yeah,
product.
and they
Yeah.
made it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they sold that one. I unfortunately was not able to get one,
Ah,
but it was amazing. Yeah,
it was probably like $40,000 too or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh. But anyway, I think this might have been the second cover. I can't remember the
yeah.
first one we did. I'll have to go back and look.
I was trying.
But
I actually have them all right here, and I was trying to look, but it's just I'm like starting to sweat. It was way too stressful because I'm like I'm gonna push the wrong button and just end the live, and then yeah. So
yeah,
so
fair enough.
I got to show one, and
Okay.
we'll post the rest.
We'll share. We'll do a carousel at
we
some
gotta
point.
yeah we gotta revive this too. That'll be great.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody said something about brown covers, which is a topic that we shared on a recent podcast. I would love a brown cover. Yes, April, good memory. I have always wanted a brown cover, and the publishing house was not a fan of that idea. But I mean, that's a great cover, don't you think? I mean, yeah, and you could add little extra touches of something, but I feel like it could be chocolatey, like a little fudgy. Oh yeah, see, Sarah, the brown color reminds me of hot fudge. Exactly. I think a cozy could be brown. We were proving it right there. I had forgotten that that one is brown. Um, okay, but oh wow, okay, Kylie. Oh, Kylie, yay, Kylie, you're
Yeah,
getting a signed copy.
Kylie is over on YouTube.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Yay. Um, the tech guy and I have been doing a podcast. If you haven't had a chance to listen in, it's called, oh, there we go. It's called Reality Rights. We do a lot of this. We try to pick topics that are hopefully of interest, especially in terms of peeling back the curtain a little bit in terms of the writing world, the publishing world, anything related to books, anything bookish. They're free. You can listen anywhere that you tune into podcasts. You can also watch the video on YouTube, and the tech guy has been working on putting the video up on Spotify now. And if you haven't listened in, these came about because we miss hanging out like this, and we have so much fun together because the tech guy's always been part of my writing career and has helped, like that Tort Goes to the Dogs cover for so many years. So we both have a lot of involvement in the book world and love to share that, and can't do as many lives here. So if you're looking for something when you're out for a walk or doing the dishes, tune in, and you get more of us. And if you have other topics or ideas that you want us to cover, like, please share, because we're totally open to talking about anything. The episodes drop every Thursday, so we'll have a new episode up this Thursday. I can't remember which one are we releasing this week. Is this things authors? I think it's things authors have no control over.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This will be episode 13. Lucky number 13.
Ooh, 13. Okay. Love it.
I love this community because Ash right here. Whoa, that's huge. Let me fix that.
Oh, Ash, what have you done? Ash,
I
you are
have
dead to me
eBay
now.
open on my phone right now, and I will be
No.
ordering. $150 for a sleeping bag that I'll probably never use. Sounds perfect.
Ash, what
Perfect.
you don't
Done.
understand is this is going to show up at our house. That price point's a little steep, but it's not steep enough. Like, it's right within the realm that you would be like, what's an average? If you went to REI or some like higher end outdoor store, what are you paying for a sleeping bag these days?
I
And if
mean,
it's
you could pay a lot more than $150 for if you're a mountain climber, if you're like, which I am totally.
right,
If
you're
you
going to take
are,
the ton.
no, if you read a really technical sleeping bag, you're probably pushing $300.
Yeah.
I don't know if I showed off like my I can't turn it
Oh,
all
no,
the
you
way.
did on one of the podcasts,
Yeah.
or maybe the after party. Yeah.
Anyway, I can't really. I got Boba Fett. There we go. Sideways. So yeah, I like Star Wars a lot. So yeah, Ash, I'll definitely be getting that. Thank you.
No. Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
I have sound effects for this. Yeah.
Shoot.
I got some. I know I have. I don't know where they went. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And Joseph says you need 2 sleeping bags for when you and Sky Guy go camping. He
That
needs one
is
too.
true. That is true.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm taking over the live for a second here. I don't know. We started doing the podcast, and now I got comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm like,
know.
whatever, I'll just start doing it. But,
Does everybody remember back in the day? Like, I would beg you to come on, and it would just be your voice, and then you slowly had the little tech guy pop-up window, and now you're just gonna push me out, and you'll be like, "Hey, I'm here."
Oh,
fine.
I don't. I probably have a button for that somewhere, but no. I used my friend and industry connections to get Sky Guy an exclusive toy. Jazzwares. Jazzwares is a company. They make Squishmallows. Everybody's probably more familiar with Squishmallows than the Micro Galaxy Squadron line of toys. But anyway, I used all my connections to score Sky Guy an exclusive San Diego Comic-Con set and it came in this box that looks like an arcade cabinet, and you push a button, and the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing inside glow in the dark. I mean, it's just perfect, so beautiful. Perfect. He was speechless. Yeah,
true.
It was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
I know. I've like there's so many comments now. I can't even.
I know. They all want to take over.
Oh yeah, sorry, Noemi. Yeah, that Chewbacca was really loud. I heard it in my headphones too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait, who was it? Lynn, your son has Star Wars decorations for his wheelchair. That's amazing.
Oh, yes.
I met a woman who had a cane, and it was like a lightsaber cane. I'm like, I love that so much, like so much better. Um,
Oh, I did do a takeover while you were away. I forgot
you
about that.
did. You
Yeah.
did. It might be time for another at some point. I'll just
Oh,
pretend like I'm gone. I'll go on like a
yeah.
writing retreat in our
Yeah.
room or something.
Yeah.
Maybe this April 1st tech guy could stream and Ellie could do the tech. Oh no, that would be just
Oh,
like
wow. I'd love that. That's where I didn't even see that one. I want to put that. I want to give somebody credit for that.
that's
Oh, here
brilliant.
we go. Yeah.
Linda just said
Linda,
that.
nice. Yeah.
The live
Yeah.
would not happen. I mean, I guess you could take me to tech school real quick.
Well, I just want to recognize that Aaron is very,
Oh,
very familiar with Squishmallows in their house.
yes.
That is
Um,
amazing.
as is our niece. Yes, I feel you on those. Um, that would be the same as me drawing the characters. I don't know that the live could actually happen, but I do love the thought of that somehow. Trade offices.
That would be
I don't
fun.
I don't think I could even turn on your computer. You have like 27 screens.
Yeah, everybody would have to put up with me going just a second, and I'd have to like get rid of
Yeah,
the headphones
time
and
out.
come over
Don't do
here
that.
to
Yeah.
like yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe actually no, we could do it. I will set it up so that we're in the same room sitting next to each other, and then we'll just all
Okay.
laugh. When everybody has to join a different live like 4 or 5 times during the same broadcast, it'd be great.
Right? Okay. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
like it. I
it's
like it.
a Freaky Friday. There
Very
you go.
I've got a
Yeah.
little over 8 months to get it down. I gotta start studying tomorrow. I will take a picture for you of the view from his desk, and then I feel like you all will back me up on this one.
Oh, my desk
Um,
is a mess.
well, or
There's
just
you can't.
the
Well, I
level
mean,
of how many computers and
I got a lot of stuff. I mean,
laptops
I've got
and
big boba. I've got stress ball boba. I've got little succulent planter boba.
yeah, I'm not talking about the cute stuff. I'm
I've even
talking
got my
about
boba Owala water bottle.
Mhm.
So-
I'm talking about how many monitors,
oh yeah,
screens,
there's a lot of stuff.
laptops, iPad. Yeah.
I have
Can I
one
suggest?
laptop per job.
Okay,
That's fair.
fair, fair enough. Valerie says, "Can I suggest dancing Jules and Carlos pop-up stick figures for the next live?"
Oh, there we
Okay,
go. Yeah,
done,
love it.
done.
Love it.
I would love to hear before we wrap up for the night. I would love to hear what you're most excited about going into book 19. If you're feeling like, you know, it's time to say goodbye. Um,
I don't
who
know. I
you're
haven't thought about what I'm most excited about.
I'm not talking to you, sir.
Oh, all right.
Aw.
Well, I'll go away.
um, what you're most excited about, what characters you get very excited about seeing again. If you're ready to keep going through book 21, all of those questions, lay them on me. Amy, you have all kinds of characters, models, toys from your husband too. Yeah, we can commiserate, right? Right. He did earn his name. He did earn his name, April. It's true. While I'm waiting for those comments to roll in, I will give you, I gotta turn this way. I will give you my PSA. I have a bandage on my forehead because I have another spot of skin cancer. So my PSA is wear your sunscreen. I being in California, it's hard because we get a lot of sun, and if you see me out and about walking, I have a hat on, I have sunscreen, I have long sleeves when I'm swimming, I have my rash guard, I have so many layers of sunscreen on my face. But a lot of this damage was done early on because I grew up in Oregon in the 80s when the idea of sunscreen was really not there. It was like you lathered up with I was trying to remember, it was like it wasn't baby, well, some people did have baby oil, but with was it Banana Boat? I think it was Banana Boat. Does anybody remember Banana Boat? And because we didn't see a lot of sun in the summer, it was just like, oh, you're there. And because I am so fair, I I burn all the time. I don't burn anymore. Oh my gosh. The tech guy knows. Like, if we go out for a walk past 9 o'clock, even when I have my hat and like all my stuff on, I'm like, we got to get home. Like, we're getting into peak 10 a.m. sun time. I got to get out of here. Yeah. So anyway, wear your sunscreen. Kids, wear your sunscreen. Wear a hat, wear your sunscreen. Sharon, I listened to the audiobook this afternoon at 2.0 speed and you finished. Oh, you should get a prize for that. That's impressive. Keep going. Ellie, wear a hat. I do wear a hat. I promise I do. Renee, will Jules and Carlos, will they start a family? I don't know. Baby oil in the 80s, Diane, right? Not a good look, especially when you are fair like me. No good. No good. Baby oil and sun in, Aaron. I need to pull up some pictures of my sun in era. It was bad. It was real bad. Not pretty. Michelle, you're excited about Sterling, Andy, and the whole Torque crew. I will tell you that something at the end of this book sets up what's going to happen. Sterling and Steph are going to get their own, not book, I don't like to say book, but they'll kind of be featured. I try to rotate through cast members. So Sterling and Steph are up next for book 20. And that's always fun because I have always sort of a big vision for Jules in particular, but then I have these subplots and threads for the secondary characters. Yeah. Bunny, in high school, baby oil was the thing. I fry no matter what. You're indoors. Yeah, that's a smart move. I do too. I'm not someone who tans ever. I would like to, but I don't. I mean, I wouldn't like to now. Don't get me wrong. I would have liked to back in the day. Valerie, you burned through the car window, right? I know, me too. I have a sunscreen in the car, and yeah. Terry, you're just on the wedding book. You're behind, but that's fun. I think it's great because that means you have so much more that you can pop in and out of. And what I think someone mentioned, and I forgot to get to it, and then the comments went by too fast, so I apologize. But if I don't remember who said it, but we did a podcast about kind of cozies and some of the judgment maybe that gets passed down if you're reading something that is lighter. But what I love about this series is I feel like you can go read other things and pop back in, and hopefully like they're a quick fun read and then you can go off and do something else. So yeah. Love Sterling. This is Bridgerton. Yeah, totally, Steph. Like Kate, yeah, like you center on a different character a little bit. And then, the next book, I will tell you, book 21 is going to be Andy's story. Because, they've been with the bake shop for 21 books and 20 books. So they're going to have to change. Class at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Why do we still have these? Thank you, Ellie. Trisha, tell them to read the syllabus. Tell them I said, and good luck. Good luck. Paula, I love that Sterling's your favorite. He's one of my favorites too. Yeah, cozies are important, and no one should judge you for whatever you're reading. If you're reading, that's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Anita, you grew up on the beach before sunscreen was invented. Yeah, it's terrible. I'm just, the other PSA I will say is find a dermatologist and go often. I go every 6 months. I have found a couple of my previous skin cancer, and my current dermatologist has found the last two. So, as long as you stay on it, you have Trisha. But will they? No, there's no chance. I'm excited for more books too, which leads me to the next and last slide, I think. Yeah, Tech Guy? We might have lost him again. Oh, no, he's on it. There it is. Killing Me Souffle. Look at that beauty. This is book 20. It will release on February 25th, 2025. Look at that. Oh, that's going to be 2/25, 2025. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that date before. Our very dear Cat Webb came up with this title, which, you know, every time I see this cover, then I cannot not sing the song. So now for the rest of the night, I will be singing Killing Me Softly with his song, which is not a bad thing at all. But when I say that the editorial team lost their minds over this cover, not this cover, this title, they did. And because of this cover and title, I have now successfully made a souffle, which I shared when I did the cover reveal a little while ago. I'll have to share that again too, because I had never attempted a souffle. I thought they were terrifying. My mom made a few growing up, and I remember we had to like sneak around the house and you couldn't move because they were going to fall in the oven and all the things. But it was really easy. And they turned out to be delicious. And because the tech guy made a little skull template like that for me, I even made the skulls on the top, which I will do again. And that souffle recipe and a lot of souffle tips are in this book. Yeah, good stuff. So this one is all about Stephen Sterling. It's going to take place on the Oregon coast in Brookings. Whales Head Resort, which is a real place that we've never stayed there, but we've visited a few times. And I have a dear friend who had a cabin there, and she was like, "You have to set a book here, Ellie, and I'll give you all the reasons why." So it's fun to. She's been asking me to do that for years, so it's fun to finally have an idea that I've been sitting on come around. Yeah, Cassandra, I'm so excited. I love the cover for this one too, and souffles. Paula, souffles terrified me too, but they're really easy. I promise. I promise. And Jules has some tips for you too. That's what I'll say. um, wow. Gosh, I'm going to be beaming for the rest of the night. Thank you all. I love this group so much. It's a bummer that we don't get to hang out as much as we used to, but the tech guy and I have decided we're going to try at least, whenever there's a book release, or maybe once a quarter or so, to pop on. And please come listen to the podcast, give us your thoughts and ideas there. And yeah, on that note, happy reading, and thank you all for being the most beautiful people ever.
But don't go anywhere yet, because I'm going to give away another book. So right now, let's hit the button.
Yes. Sarah, bonus. I love it.
Sarah is on Facebook.
Okay.
So Sarah Orlowski. So go ahead and private message Ellie, or send to the go to the website to submit the thing. But yeah, no, I like this now, because I can just go back here and look. Now I've got two. Oh, good times.
No, it's
Yeah.
gone to his head. It's gone to his head. What have we done?
I even muted you when I go to the solo. So
That's awesome. I love it. I'm fine with that.
Totally. Cool. All right.
Uh,
All right. I'll let you wrap it up now.
Okay. Happy reading, and talk to you all soon.
Thanks, everybody.